Hello, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, or good night, depending on what time it is in your country. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being with me at this moment. And if you watch this later, then also a very warm welcome for you. We're going to do the MIR-Method together as a group, worldwide, and we're going to make a wonderful network. We're going to give ourselves this connection of people, of kind-hearted people amongst each other, and we're going to lift each other in that way. When you do the MIR-Method as a group, it works much stronger, so that's why we do this as a group. So I'm great you're here. Thank you for doing that. I hope you like the subject of tonight, manipulation, because it's an icky subject. It's not a very nice one, but it's very important to address it. So I studied it for 2 weeks, and it was quite interesting to look at it. And I discovered something that I did not see myself. So I'm going to share it with you. I'd like to welcome the mirrors. Everyone that does the MIR-Method I call mirror, because you reflect what you would like to see in the world. So when you are happy, when you are peaceful, when you are kind, that's what you reflect to others. And others will look at you and they will go like, oh, I want to be that person. I want to be like him or her. Because I believe very strongly that humanity, that we as a people are very kind people, very warm-hearted, and we really like to share and to support each other. That's how we are built. So that's our normal nature. So yeah, and I like it. I like the idea that when you do the MIR-Method, then you will be able to relax inside and radiate so much more peacefulness and kindness to others, so that it will come from the inside out, your natural being, natural way of being. So welcome to all the mirrors. A special welcome if you are new tonight. Thank you for joining me. Or not tonight, but at this moment. And a welcome to the MIR-Method coaches. Those are the ones that have learned how to do the special ways of muscle testing to find out what is exactly the problem with my client. So if you as a client have, or if you as a mirror have problems with a disease or something chronic, you can always contact the MIR-Method coach. She will help you find out what is exactly the root cause of the problem and can take it away with you. She can teach you how to take it away. And very, very often, usually, it's emotions. It's old emotions from your childhood. And when you wipe them out, the cause of the disease will go away as well. So there's so much to win. And thank you for the MIR-Method coaches for learning it and for using it. If you want to become a MIR-Method coach, you can. There is a course on the website, on the English website. You can find 2 courses. One is called The Deep Understanding of the MIR-Method. Let me see if I have this in the presentation, because otherwise I am... it's on the last page of the presentation. So I went to the presentation really fast. That's not a good way to do a presentation, but it's okay. Look, it's these bottom 2 lines. It's called the Additional Techniques course of the MIR-Method and the Deep Understanding of the MIR-Method. I think it's very, very valuable to learn it now, especially now. So please, if you can, do this course, learn the techniques, and teach it to other people, because it's very important. So I did put up the presentation really fast so you didn't see it. All right. I was studying the work of Lynn McTaggart. Her name is on the screen right now. She has written several books. She did scientific intention experiments. She put them down in the book, and it showed that when you do healing work as a group, it works stronger, and also the person that is doing the healing also heals him or herself. So that is beneficial for everybody. I believe that when we do the MIR-Method as a group, it works stronger. And I also like the feeling of, I like the feeling of being connected with you. Like with people in Australia, for example. I hope you are here, and I wish you good luck. And I got a message from somebody in New Zealand today. So great that the MIR-Method is spreading that way too. People from America, hold on, keep strong, you're doing fine. It will pass, it will all go away soon. And there are also many people in Europe that are watching. So thank you for being here. And if you can, in the end, type in on the website, the MIR-Method.com/together. Please type in from what country you are and what you noticed from doing this webinar. If you want to build a good immune system, you need to relax. It's so important to relax. So if you're very worried about something, please distract your head, because worrying is useless. It's stay in the here and the now. Deviate or distract your thoughts and look at what is positive around you. Listen to the music that lifts you up. Cuddle with people, cuddle with your pets. Make sure you enjoy nature, go outside into nature, and make sure you find your relaxation. Because if you do not relax, your body will be tense all the time. And that is very, very bad for your immune system. So you really need to relax. Very important. Then detoxing. Please make sure your body stays clean inside and out. So drink healthy food and drink water. Eat healthy food and drink water, please. So choose the food that is growing in nature. And you know what kind of food you need to take. And cheerfulness. It's so important to be cheerful. I know there are so much things not to be cheerful about, but if you want to have a good immune system, please relax. Understand that you are an infinite being having a human experience. So if you understand your greatness and how wonderful you are, and you are being like cramped, like put in this human body, this narrow, small human body. If you think about that, you can laugh about things. You can laugh about your clumsiness or the things you do which are not such good ideas, but just laugh about yourself. But look, if you're not cheerful, look intently for those things that cheer you up, like young children or your pet or the nature, your garden. Look at movies that lift you up, that make you feel happy. Listen to uplifting music. It all helps your immune system. So please do it intentionally. And do the MIR-Method, of course. That helps too. All right. We're going to talk about manipulation. All right, so how do you recognize manipulation? One very special thing is watch the details. So people that manipulate are very often charismatic, very kind people. They look good. It seems they have everything under control. But then watch the details. For example, they give you a compliment. They say, "Oh, that dress really looks good on you." And then they say something horrible, like, "It's a pity it's outdated," for example. So they give you something nice and then put something not so nice underneath. And that's just 2 sentences. Meanwhile, they're being charismatic and everything. "Oh, you look so wonderful, wonderful dress. It's a pity it's outdated. Oh, can I have some more drinks, please?" So it's just the little sentence in between where you go like, "Oh, that wasn't nice, was it?" So those details are very important. They talk about we instead of I. So they say like, it's important that we all agree on this, and I feel we really should be doing this. And so they talk for the whole group, but instead they should be talking about I. I feel it's important that we should do this. I feel like, so they sort of include you in their opinion. And you can also always say, "Well, talk for yourself. I have my own opinion," but they often take you in their opinion. They say sentences like that avoid these words in English. Responsibility avoiding sentences, like they use sentences in which they avoid responsibility. Like, it hurts me as much as you. That's when people break up. Actually, that's a very manipulating way to break up. I don't like this either, but it's for your own good. That's manipulative. They ask for it, so they put this on themselves. That's manipulative as well. Very manipulative is when you put people up against each other. So it's a divide and conquer. This is when, for example, a mother says to one son, you know what your sister did? That's terrible. And then it goes to her daughter and says, you know what your brother did? That's terrible. And you know what he says about you? Do you know what she says about you? And then the brother and sister have a fight. So they are put up against each other. That's divide and conquer. And often these mothers don't even realize what they're doing, but they're actually creating war in their own house. So that's very manipulative in a very wrong, negative way. Gossiping is manipulative, because when you say something about somebody that is negative, that is not good, you highlight a person's trait or something that this person has done, and that influences the way this person looks about the other. So that's a form of manipulation. And this happens so much. We all manipulate in that way. All right, now a very not so nice subject, which people manipulate. And I'm going to talk about very, very evil people at this moment. But there are not so many. That's the positive side. The people I'm talking about have a hidden agenda. They are evil in the sense that they don't have a conscience. They have no heart. They don't feel. They are not empathic. They have no idea what they are doing to other people. They just have their agenda. They want to reach a certain goal, and they're going for it regardless of the effects on people. So if people are in pain because of their decisions, like, for example, they like to fire people, they don't care. They feel nothing when they fire people. So these are very often the people that climb high up in organizations. There's a book about them called Snakes in Suits. And when you look at the subtitle, it says when psychopaths go to work. So actually people are called psychopaths. They have no conscience. They do whatever they think is right. And if they have to sacrifice people for that, they will. This is a book I have written, no, not written, sorry. I have read like 2 years ago in the summertime. I was absolutely shocked and horrified by what these people do willingly. They go into a community, they do intricate things, while they do divide and conquer, and they manipulate people. Some people are really into this person, and then people who are opposing, they just shove them away. And they have this goal, for example, to gain lots of trust and lots of money from this community. And then they leave. So it's quite a scary kind of people. They exist, they are real, and there are just like 5% of the whole population in the world. So they are not many. It's just we don't recognize them. And very often because they are in beautiful suits, they have clothes on that makes them feel, I mean, we feel them, we can trust them because of their beautiful appearance. I read this book and I felt absolutely nauseous about what I was reading. When I had finished the book, I threw it away. I could not stand having it in my house anymore. So if you want to dive in this subject, you can, and take care of yourself after that. But we also have innocent people, kind-hearted people that manipulate. So I want to look at ourselves now. People who do not dare talk directly. So people, normal people with a kind heart who are empathic, they talk who do not dare to say directly what they want, but indirectly, so they manipulate. And these people are who have had a childhood with dominance, so dominant father or dominant mother. They could not speak out what they wanted, so they had to find ways to manipulate. They had childhood with narcissistic parents, for example. If you have a narcissistic parent, you really need to be careful about what you say, how you behave. Otherwise, you will get the anger of this father or mother. Or maybe you had a childhood with abuse, like physical abuse, sexual abuse, or mental abuse. And there's one very important thing with that. So, putting it all in one sentence, it's like you had a childhood in an unsafe environment and did not work on your issues. I shouldn't say your, I should say their. So people, because I believe you work on your issues, otherwise you would not be here in this webinar. But people who have been in a childhood that was unsafe and did not work on their issues because they couldn't, they are not ready for it, it's too much, it's too hard. Maybe they are very lucky in life and just slip through it without working on their issues. So it's those people. They are the people that manipulate because they did not work on themselves or still live as if they are this child in an abusive situation. So they go through life manipulating. Now the other side, which people are vulnerable to manipulation? So which people listen to it? Those are the people that do not recognize manipulation. So what kind of people do not recognize it? It's people who doubt themselves. People who think, what did he just say? Is that okay? Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, who am I to doubt him? So I guess he's right. So they doubt themselves, they don't feel strong, and then they have to sort of believe what the other person is saying, especially when it's a person a bit higher up. People who don't recognize manipulation are spiritually cut off from source. So their crown chakra, the top part of their body, is closed off. So the crown chakra is not working properly, they don't have a good connection with source. So they don't have this sixth sense, that they don't have the spiritual way of looking at people. So they don't feel somewhere intuitively that there is something wrong here. They don't recognize it. When people have a non-treated trauma, as I said before, when people are naive, when they trust anyone, when they have been brought up protected and in luxury. So if you have materialistic comfort, you don't need to struggle in life. You don't need to fight your way out. Everything is easy and calm. And so you don't recognize people that manipulate you because you believe everybody is trustworthy and kind, and because you had a protected environment. And then there are people who are sensitive to group pressure. So they are insecure, and when somebody else in the group does it and more people in the group do it, then you have to do it as well because you don't want to be left out. That's totally normal and totally natural, because it's like a flock or a herd of animals. If one animal is left out, it can be life-threatening because you don't want to be on the outside of a flock. So it's very normal that people are sensitive to group pressure. So these are the people who are very vulnerable to manipulation. Now, which people are not vulnerable to manipulations? That's so good to see as well. People that worked on themselves, so the people that had traumas but did work on themselves, which is tough. It's tough, and it's so praisable. It's so great that people work on themselves, that they have the courage to look. Do you say the dragon in the eye? So you have the demon in your eye. Well, it's not a nice word, but so you work on yourself. It's a heroic act, actually. So you have the courage to work on yourself. When there are children who see that something isn't right. These kids are called indigo children or crystal children, and there are more words for them. I heard today that since the year 2000, lots and lots and lots of children have come to Earth to help us all, and they have a very high frequency, and they know when something isn't right. They are not very vulnerable for hierarchy as well. So they don't like bosses. They don't like those in power. They don't care. They have no respect naturally for them. And then there are people who don't like authority because they came in contact with authority. Maybe they had to be in school, were sent out of the classroom and had to go to the principal. And then they saw things with the principal and they thought, well, he's not a very big authority, is he? So when you know you cannot respect those people in authority, when you come across that at a young age, that's when you don't like authority, and that's when you start to doubt authority. So these are the people who are not vulnerable to manipulation. And those are praisable people because they have been having the courage to work on themselves. I think lots of you recognize yourself in this. All right. Well, now you have seen manipulation, what it is, which people are manipulative, which people are not vulnerable for manipulation, and which people are. Now, I want to take this whole subject of manipulation and put it in the 9 steps. And that way, everything in your system that has to do with manipulation will come back into balance. So if you are a person that manipulates yourself, your inner strength will grow, you will be more secure, you will be able to hold your ground and stand firm and say what you want. Hey, listen, dear partner, I really would like us to be together like this and that. I really would like you to do this for me. Can you do that? I really want to do this for myself. Can I? I really want to. So you're going to be able to speak up much more. That's just one example of what the 9 steps do. If you have old traumas, they will come to the surface so that you can caress them and let them go. It will take a while. If it's too strong, go to a MIR-Method coach. So we're going to take all this of manipulation into the 9 steps, and we're going to do it now so that everything that has to do with manipulation will get out of your system. Your eyes will be open to anybody around you that is manipulating you. And with step 3, you will detach those people that manipulate you. Lovely, huh? So clean out your whole circle of people and take out these people that manipulate you. All right, or stand up to them. That's possible too. All right, let's do the 9 steps. Caress yourself. Slowly, kindly, realize how wonderful you are and how kind you are and how important it is of you to be here. I almost wanted to say I love you, but I do love you. All right, that's manipulative, by the way, but I hope in a good way. All right, let's do the 9 steps. Stroke yourself or caress yourself gently. And we start with step 1, optimize acidity. Optimize acidity. Optimize acidity. Detox all toxicity. Detox all toxicity. Detox all toxicity. Detach Father. Detach Father. Detach Father. Detached mother. Detached mother. Detached mother. Clear meridians. Clear meridians. Clear meridians. Supplement all shortages. Supplement all shortages. Supplement all shortages. Balance hormone system. Balance hormone system. Balance hormone system. Fulfill basic needs. Fulfill basic needs. Fulfill basic needs. Optimize chakras and aura. Optimize chakras and aura. Optimize chakras and aura. Clarify mission. Clarify mission. Clarify mission. I wonder what you noticed, how it felt for you. To me, it felt like as if there was a whole blanket of really soft, unconditional love, like as if it came down on all of us like this. So it was like totally soft energy. It's so good to be floating on that energy. So I wonder what you noticed. Maybe you felt, I'm not going to say it. So I wonder what you noticed. What did you feel? And please tell me what country you're from, because I'm so curious. And write it down on MIR-Method.com/together. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Oh yeah. Well, these are the 2 courses I told you about. Additional techniques and deeper understanding. If you are a professional, please, please, please look at these techniques. Very important. Even if you're not a professional, go to these courses. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm at the right page. Right. Well, I hope you will benefit from these 9 steps and doing it as a group together. I know many people will re-watch this webinar. They will look at it at a later moment because they could not be here at this time. And fortunately, the energy will work. If you joined in later and you joined in with the MIR-Method, you will feel the energy of the whole group. So that's a good feeling. And I hope it will be beneficial for you. If it is at night, please have a very good night and good rest. Please relax. If you're in the daytime, I hope you have a lovely energy and cheerfulness about you and radiate it to others, because people need support. They need to be happy amongst each other, because that's how we thrive. We are lovely people, aren't we? I love humanity. We are really kind people, and it's important that we keep realizing that. All right. Have a very good day or a very good night, and I hope I can see you again within 2 weeks. Please keep doing the MIR-Method. Please learn the first aid. It's in the additional techniques. Please learn about treatment of viruses and bacteria. It's in those courses. And keep yourself healthy. Keep yourself safe. Keep yourself lightheaded. No, not lightheaded, lighthearted. All right. I hope to see you again within 2 weeks. Have a very great weekend and a very great week ahead of you. Bye. Till next time. Please be safe. Bye-bye.